Hello everyone, welcome to another day with OG Speaks. And in today's video I want to share something very interesting with my audience. I have never heard of Tony Robbins, but recently on my YouTube I keep seeing different YouTube ads, when you're watching something and those ads keep popping up. And then one of the days my partner said, oh, that voice sounds like Tony Robbins. I said, who is he? He said, you don't know who Tony Robbins is? I said, no. He said, oh, I I will recommend you to subscribe or go attend his seminar. I said, oh, really? Okay. And then I saw that it's free. I was like, wow, I've never seen a free seminar, free seminar, this kind of things. I follow some of them. There's one I used to follow, JC Robots Jr. I think Robert Jr. I think Robert Jr. used to talk on marriage storms. I like this thing. He talks, I watch his YouTube videos back to back. But each time he's doing a seminar back in my home country, I struggle to afford the money. And so when I saw Tony Robbins seminar, 3-day seminar free, I was like, are you sure? Is he going to give value? I said, well, it's free. What do I stand to lose? I will give my time. If I don't like it, I will just go out since it's free. And so I subscribe, I drop my emails and everything. And then I've almost forgotten. I'd already scheduled my YouTube live to talk about food, how food connects us. I'd already scheduled it for 8 p.m. And then yesterday, when I got the reminder that, oh, it's Tony Robbins, I keep saying Tommy, not Tommy, Tony Robbins event, I was like, okay, you know what, Gloria, you have to reschedule your life and listen. And when I listened, guys, it's something that already started resonating in my head. It's something I already started speaking to myself. But to see somebody with his level of knowledge and experience putting things together to deliver to you at 3 hours, something that probably has taken him 30 years to learn, my dear, don't joke with it, jump on it. And he said something very interesting yesterday, that he said during his own time when he was younger and he got invited for a talk like that, and he needed to pay, that when he worked it out, it will cost him 1 week of his pay. So he was struggling. I said to myself, I've been in that position. Only few that value the importance of knowledge will afford to pay. Whenever you pay for seminars or talks like this or coaching, it's never ever easy. I remembered when I was in my home country, and he talked about comfort zone. I was in my comfort zone, but I needed something more. I just felt like, you know what, I need to add more value, because I was doing a job. I keep writing to my boss, telling my boss to increase my pay. And my boss made a statement and said, oh, what are you doing for me? Like, what extra thing are you doing? And in my head, I was like, you keep adding my tax. You now make me clear this. He was like, it's part of your job. So I was like, okay. And I began to research. If I want more pay, what do I need to do? And then I realized that money follows value. So that means I need to increase my value. And then this hunger for value started coming. And I had friends around. Another thing I would say, keep good friends. Friends that either the one that is ahead of you or the one that is willing to grow. They have this hunger, because they say, show me who your friend is and I'll tell you who you are. So sometimes there are some friends we have, they just makes us lazy, fall back, just feel like, oh, you are doing all right. I was always just feeling like, oh, never enough. I like to challenge myself, and I began to challenge myself. And I began to check who are the 7 close people to me. Are they excelling? And then I remembered, I saw this lady. There's this lady I used to watch on TV, BC, for those who are in Nigeria, BC Ugbo, TVC. Then she talked about coaching, that she wants to start doing coaching, that she's been writing books, she's been a successful TV presenter, career woman, she's doing business. And you know, as they said, jack of all trade, master of none, but she's the jack of all trade, master of all. She said, what? And she said it didn't start like this. She was sharing with the ladies of your view. She said she remembered the time she went to her husband for money, and the husband said, you know what, I've given you money to do several things, but you do not excel in them. I'm not going to give you again. Go and, if you want to learn anything, go and use your money and learn it. And she was like, it's kind of pinched her. Most times change comes from a place of pain. When somebody have used something to kind of do you something that you really felt that pain, then you say to yourself, it hurts, but I'm going to make a change. I'm going to do something different. And she said that day she gathered her money and told the husband that she has gone to learn something. The husband said, okay, I've heard. To him, this is not the first time I'm hearing such, right? And that was how she said she was. So when I watched that this thing, I said, you know what? And I don't know if she's still doing that, but back then she started with 50,000 naira. For those who are Nigeria, you know what 50,000 naira is, like before COVID time. And for me, I was doing a job and I was earning 40,000 naira. So imagine to pay 50,000. So that means my 1 month salary. So when Tony Robbins made that statement, I said I can perfectly relate, because and then when I said to my friends and some of my colleagues that, you know what, for my savings, I'll be able to have paid this thing. When I was paying it, I was feeling it, like I was really feeling it, that, hey, just to carry 50,000. You know, if you carry 50,000 to go and buy something, you know that, okay, this is what you bought, you can see it. But paying 50,000 to go and do coaching class, you like, it's not something tangible you can hold, but in one way, then I stumbled upon, there's another one, Olumide. I think Dr. Olumide used to talk on finance and something like that. Then one day he talked about investing, that people like to invest in properties, they like to invest in houses, but one area a lot of people don't like to invest is in themselves, like buying books, like paying for classes, coaching classes and all that. And then I was like, okay, that means what I'm doing is not wrong. It's not totally wrong. So that was how I just paid that money. That I just transferred the money to the lady, and she said, "Okay, thank you, Gloria. I've seen you a lot. I'm going to add you to my class." And then we began. When I shared it with my friend, they laughed at me and said, "You said what? You took 50,000 to go and pay for coaching class." Let me speak this in pidgin. They said, "I bet waiting there they teach you now." Then one said, I can teach you now. I can teach you. I said, "It's not that. It's the person's experience, the things the person has done, that the ones that worked and the one that didn't work. She will guide you. She has kind of narrowed it down to like a template to tell you. It doesn't mean that do exactly as she does, but she has told you certain things." And then that was when I learned about meditation. She told us about meditation. At first, I wasn't really understanding it, even though I was trying to participate in it. Because if you pay, one thing is to take action, and which Tony Robbins, I keep saying Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said yesterday that for those coming to this seminar, he knows because it's free, a lot of people will not take it serious. But for those who are willing to take it serious are those who will take action. I paid. So I didn't want my money to go to Vail, and I didn't want my sister or my friends to like, okay, what did you gain? Well, I started learning. I learned something. I jotted in my journal behind me, a lot of things. Sometimes, even till this day, I used to go to. Then she told me about goal setting in that my coaching class. That, do you know, a lot of people, if you tell them what do you want to do this year, they'll just tell you 1 year goal setting or 5 year goal setting. How do you tend to achieve it? They don't know. And because they don't have anyone they account to, they don't know if they are truly achieving their goals. And then she thought about how to break your 1 year or your 5 years goal setting into monthly, into the weekly, into daily. And then she will ask you, what have you done today? What do you say you want to do in 3 weeks' time? What have you done today towards it? Have you made any research? Have you done this? Have you done that? Then she was always making us to read book. Every month we read one book. Every month we read one book. And every week we were doing book review. So when is my week to do book review? You read it like you are going to write exam. That is what accountability is. And a lot of young people that are going to come across this my video will be like, oh, it doesn't matter. I did this. I'm getting money. See, the first 100K a child will get nakara money goes and chop. If you don't have anyone to hold you accountable, you don't have parents, you don't have siblings, or your parents and siblings are not. I'm a testimony. I say this, I'm the last born of my family. But things I have done, places my legs have been to, none of my siblings have been there. They used to wonder. They say, some of my friends, they now say to me and say, Gloria, you inspire me. Because if I wait for my siblings to encourage me, to motivate me, to say certain things, to do certain things, I will never, where I've touched, what I've done, I will never. Sometimes I'll tell myself, you know what, I know I'm a bit adventurous, but I'm not going to do any adventure. I want to just live a normal, cool life like my sister. But the other times I said to myself, I said, I did not regret any of my actions. I've really pushed myself. I've really stretched myself. And I'm happy looking at myself, my age, and those around me. I said to myself, you know what? I'm really happy I took those steps. And that shows you are growing. So if you are here and you are like me that have tried so many things and they say, oh, you've tried so many things, just know that you are growing. And that's why I have the courage to sit here and tell and talk to you, do this YouTube video. OG Speaks didn't start today. I started with writing. I've said it in my story before. I started with writing books. Things I want to say to the younger me, things I want to say to my daughter, I will always write them in books, but never have the courage to record and put. Because one, I do not know how to begin. Two, I don't know if people are going to buy what I'm saying or consider it as rubbish. Three, I do not even have focus. And we did an exercise yesterday that you be doing running, you stay in a spot and be doing running. I also said it here that if you're a youth, make sure you engage on 20 to 1 hour of planking. I started with 5 minutes. From 5 minutes, I progressed to 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Today, I did my planking of 60 seconds. You keep pushing yourself each day. You keep planking helps with focus, because that is what a lot of our generation need. A lot of young people lack focus. Research showed you that the average attention length of a youth is 2 seconds. Can you imagine? So if you are not delivering at 2 seconds, as I am now, it's only few people that will sit down to watch this video to the end. Because why? It's too long. To them, it's too long. There are a lot of internet information overload, but you don't even know which one to follow. Everything, this one is trendy, you jump on it. This one is a challenge, you jump on it. This one is this. It will make you will not focus on that thing which you want to do. And what you want to do, it's always within us, but we lack the focus to look within. And then I look at myself today. A lot of people, one lady said to me, I said, look, I don't know you from anywhere, but I saw your video and I said, who is this woman that is making sense like this? And in my head, I was like, God, I never knew I'm making sense. I never knew the thing I'm saying, somebody is going to need it. And for me, I had the courage to start doing my social media. I've said this story before. When I lost my eldest sister, I wanted to find something about her. I went to her page. I couldn't find nothing. Because back then, I opened my Facebook 2012. A lot of us, we don't do social media. Social media is children, like nearly children. It's like for media, or almost like you are not a serious person. When you wake up in the morning, you go out there, go get a job, a work, come back, then you watch TV news and everything and just unwind or watch a movie. Then for me, weekend, I can take myself to the cinema, watch a movie I like, and then come back. But when COVID came, the game changed. And then it dawned on me that I said, oh, anything you put on social media, people can always go there and watch at any time. And that was how I began. I got to a point before I knew, they were like, oh, they are doing monetization. I was like, if you put your eyes on the money, you will not create content, because you'll be jumping on trend. Then later I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Even if I don't get paid from this content thing, I'll go and work and keep doing what I'm doing, because I know I'm putting out information out there. I'm empowering somebody. And for me to get feedback, to get people comment to say, oh, thank you, I did this. Oh, I never knew I could do this. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm making an impact in my own little world, because that's what I've always wanted to do. As a young kid, I wanted to leave my own legacies. You can leave it before you get to your 70s. You can start it so early. There's no time. No time is too early for it. It's not everybody that is even going to see their later age. It's not everybody. That is a sad truth. So I leave you with these words. And if this video has been an impact to you, don't forget to give this video a like, a subscribe, so that you can get notification whenever I come on live, or I drop any other video. And see you in the next one. Thank you. It's OG Speaks.